Have you ever experienced that you want it but your parents don't prepare, so you need to cook by yourselves? I always experience that. My parents have a full-time job, and my mother has work even on Saturday. She doesn't cook for lunch on Saturday. She always tells me that there are ingredients, so I can cook for lunch. If the government pays my mother for housework she does, she doesn't need to work, and she can take care of me well. I always think so, but unfortunately, the government doesn't pay her. Young people will shoulder the future of the world, but they are not taken care of well because their parents are busy, because their parents need money to raise their children. I have some doubts about that. And the role of women in the family and workplace is changing. A long time ago, their role is doing housework, and they spend a lot of time at home, and their husbands work. But now, even women work, and both husband and wife do housework. But there are still housewives to support husband and children. So they should be paid for what they do. Because housework is not only simple chores. It is one of the starting points of a functional society. Society should always try to reward its citizens for vital work in some degree at least. The improvement in the rights of women all stem from the state interfering in social matters. First reason is that housework is not only simple chores. It is one of the starting points of a functional society. According to debatewords.org, without the work of a housewife or house husband, other family members would not be free to go to work and invest in a career for themselves. This would harm the family structure and the economy. The importance of this role means that the harm labor is entitled to some compensation. However, sometimes the amount of work does not reflect it to payment. For example, how nurse and doctor are paid compared to baseball players. The payment of nurse and doctors is decided by how long they worked, but the player's payment is decided by their result. Opposed to this is the idea that it is indeed a woman or wife's duty to perform household chores. That concept is socially raised by a patriarchal society. Second reason is that society should always try to reward its citizens for vital work in some degrees at least. Under capitalist system, the value of goods and services is recognized in financial terms. So, awards will recognize the important contribution of house workers, as well as being important. Housework is physically taxing, time-consuming, and imbalancing the need of a household, a relatively specialized task. These features are all valued highly by the marketplace, and it is a pure accident of history that housekeepers have not been included in this. The key fact about housekeeping is that even if it is hard work and demanding, it is voluntary. However, it is not required to pay housewives and house husbands for their work in the society. When they're married, they agree to do housework without payment. Third reason is that the improvement in the rights of women all stem from the state interfering in social matters. Prenuptial agreements, custody and property sharing upon divorce are all legal measures in family law. According to Merriam-Webster, prenuptial agreement is an agreement made between two people before marrying and establishes rights to property and support in the event of divorce or death. The rights, roles, and access to wealth in the household is an important step towards empowering women and ensuring equal opportunity for future generations by showing that household roles are not defined by gender. However, even if we agree there should not be overt gender discrimination in the workplace, it is not the role of states to enforce its conception of gender roles in the household. Many cultural and religious groups base their societies squarely on the traditional family unit. Many of the women involved in there are comfortable with that. To enforce a subjectively inclusive model both violates their cultural rights and risks causing her work in these established structures. In conclusion, the government should pay housewives and house husbands because housework is not only simple chores, it is one of the starting point of our functional society. The improvement in the rights of women all stem from the state interfering in social matters. Society should always try to reward its citizens for vital work in some degree at least.